What's good, my Geek Speak peeps? It's your boy Brian. Sorry for the delay. Um, I'm here with this Spider-Man 2, Marvel Spider-Man 2 review. I wanted to get some time in between me actually playing the game and the review, just for the simple fact that I didn't want to be reviewing the game um, simply on the adrenaline rush that I was on playing it. If you watch any of the streams or if you've seen any of my TikToks or anything, you know this was my game of the year. It is. I know it didn't win any awards. That's okay. It got nominated. I get that. It was a tough year. Shit happens. But I had been waiting for this game for so long, and the hype was real. And the whole time I was playing it, I was just super excited just to be playing it, just to be going through the story, just to experience Insomniac's take on things again. And I needed to distance myself from that energy to give an unbiased review, or as unbiased of a review as I can give. Mild spoilers. I'm basically going to break this down into two categories: story and characters, and gameplay, combat, and maybe if I have the time, I'll throw in some predictions slash hopes that I have. But as a whole, the game itself was pretty much a brilliant continuation of the stories that were began in Marvel Spider-Man and Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales. It took each of those characters' journeys and basically took them on the next leg of that journey. Insomniac was saying that this was going to be their Empire Strikes Back, and it very much was that story wise. It was darker, it was a little bit more mature for both characters. It put them both in situations that neither one of them had been used to being in, and it really told a story that involved everybody and all of the pieces. And that is the thing that I really appreciated about the game. I said it while I was playing, and a lot of people had issues with, oh, why are we doing this stupid bike riding scene with Harry? Or, oh, why are we playing as Haley now? I don't want to play as the deaf girl. Or, oh, why are we playing as Mary Jane again? God, why didn't they learn from the first game? They learned because they made all of those scenes that you're not playing as Peter or Miles mean something. They weren't just there for, oh, we're trying to tell another half of the story. Yeah, they did that, but they did it better than they did in the first game, I personally feel, especially with the Mary Jane missions. Um, yeah, the whole bike riding scene in the beginning could have been skipped, but I really think it helped tell the story and cement the relationship between the two characters. So uh, I personally feel it was very necessary. The Haley mission as well, because it told things from her point of view while we were coming to the rescue of someone to figure something out. So I really liked that they were able to incorporate all of the side characters and supporting characters, including Rio and Haley and Genki, and I loved all of their interactions. I loved the fact that Genki had interactions with Peter. I loved the fact that those interactions were very different than they were with Miles, because Miles is his best friend. Um, I also really liked the fact that they put a large amount of focus on the supporting characters, even when they weren't doing anything major. Rio, as Miles's mom, could have been overbearing and annoying, and it could have always been about, oh my god, I don't want my son out there doing this, and you know you don't need to do this, and they didn't do that, and I was so surprised and so happy with it that she was just 100% supportive of him and wants him to be the best Miles that he can be. And if that means being the best Spider-Man, then so be it. but she doesn't want him to lose sight of who he is as a person and his other responsibilities like school. I really liked the fact that the Harry and Norman relationship was explored a bit, showing how um, Harry and Norman have this very tense relationship. It's a loving one, but we got to see those aspects of, you know, Norman doesn't think Harry is, I don't want to say good enough, but isn't the perfect son that he wants him to be. Um, and, you know, he's more the doting father because he's scared to lose his son the way he lost his wife than he is the doting son, the doting father saying, "Look at how proud I am of my son and what he's been able to accomplish." Granted, he's been, you know, locked up with the symbiote this whole time, but you know what I mean. Um, another major aspect of the story was the overall themes of balance and redemption, and I really liked the way that those themes really paid off through the entire game. Whether it was the side missions or the main missions, those two themes kept popping up, and I really, 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 really enjoyed that. The balance situation was very apparent in some of the school missions for Miles, as well as the, you know, the missions with the um, the cult missions with Peter and his um, relationship with Yuri, and how that was playing out. Like I really like that, but also of redemption and whether uh, villains can actually be redeemed, and how they were showing that some of them decided to redeem themselves, like Tombstone and Mysterio, while others that were good had to go to the dark side before possibly redeeming themselves, but still staying true to their morals, like Yuri and her Wraith persona, because she was doubled down real hard, but by the end, she realizes, yeah, there's a place for someone like her, but there's also a need for someone like Peter as Spider-Man and Miles. And I also wish that we had gotten to do some missions back and forth with that, other than just the, you know, the meetup at the crimes that were happening, where she says, you know, you're doing well, or you're doing good, or you're a good kid, or whatever. I wanted some like story mission interaction with her. Um, I don't really want to say a lot about the story because it was well done. I do feel it was rushed towards the end. The Venom stuff kind of happened real fast. It ramped up real fast. Playing as Venom was a blast, but I really wish there was more of that, and I also wish that things didn't just run so fast towards the end game, towards the end of the game. I do like a lot of the twists that Insomniac threw. I like the seeds that they were planting, but it still felt a little rushed towards the end. Gameplay and combat, there's not really much else to say other than fuck, that was amazing. I loved it so much more. Like, this is one of those games where once you play the sequel, you like, I'm glad I did the playthroughs of the first two games, because I'm probably not gonna play them again after this. If I want to play some Spider-Man again, I'm gonna play Spider-Man 2. The web wings were freaking awesome. The speed that which you were traveling across, especially when you got through those wind tunnels, or if you used I loved using the slingshot and just flying up into the air and just seeing the city from above like that, and being able to dive down and then catch a web on a building, do a loop de loop, catch some more speed, and then just glide into the whoo. It was just, the traversal was ridiculous. So overall, I'm giving the game, even with its bugs and, you know, some of my issues, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I couldn't have asked for more. New Games Plus is coming, so as soon as that comes, look out. I will be playing the game again. We're going back in. But on that note, just remember, you can't take care of anybody if you don't take care of yourselves. So please, by all means, take care of yourselves. I will see you in the next stream. This is Brian for Geek Speak Gaming. Peace.